Edward, quick, change the point.
Oh, you've not done the signals.
Can't be everywhere at once.
We'll have a derailment.
No, we won't.
I thought we were coupling on more goods wagons.
Later.
Gosh, isn't it smashing?
Will be if you don't watch out. Head on, change the blooming point.
Better with more packet.
Yeah, thank Father Christmas. And Dad.
You don't mind me having it?
Don't mind you sharing it.
It's not mine then?
Well, some of it is.
Still yours then, most of it.
Ours, if you like.
Yours.
Who owns it?
You're too old for Boggle Railway.
I'll never be too old.
What if you leave home? Will you take it with you?
Not leaving home.
You might one day.
Didn't you go on?
Hello, Dad.
How long did you oversleep?
I'm on holiday. I bet I could always stay up till midnight without being tired.
Have you let him see the new year in?
Had to start sometime. How was yours?
Noisy. Lots of burst balloons and all lang syne. Eileen Burkett and I fell flat on our backs in the Gay Gardens.
And a good time was had by all.
Avril and Lawrence won the spot prize.
Aye, Lawrence is a bit spotty just now.
It's probably a worry. With his auntie being in hospital.
Hey, Jimmy, look what's happened. Keep your mind on the job.
Needed winding anyway.
Give us a hand, Dad.
Oh, it's no use. We'll have to get rid of the piano. British Railways catering service. Will you be having your dinner like a civilised mortal with your knees under a table?
Can't I have mine in here too?
Oh, all right.
Will it all be different? No bosses and that?
No, it won't make any difference. The railway executive will take charge, that's all. It's like this set here. There's a bit of Jimmy's, a bit of yours. It's all combined family property now. What used to belong to, say, Great Western or LMS, it'll all be combined into British Railways, owned by the nation as a whole. With a bit of luck, railwaymen in the north will have their wages brought into line with those down south. It's all for the good, in my view. Except for, well, a loss of pride.
What do you mean, loss of pride?
Well, Edward's right in a way. It might be different from when separate companies ran the railways. I mean, they each had their own livery, their own loco designers. There was a healthy rivalry to see who could be the smartest, the fastest, the most comfortable. Now, what do you reckon that proper pride will die out when the railways become nationalised? Engines all the same colour, standard, nothing to get excited about, no grand names. Oh, it's a good idea, I suppose. The railways worked hard during the war without having money spent on them to offset the extra wear and tear. Perhaps public ownership will make a better job of doing what's necessary. But we won't be any closer to the bosses, that's for sure.
Are women allowed in? Oh, Jimmy, you haven't touched your soup. It'll be going cold. Here, get it down. You'll be late back to work.
It's not fair. We ought to have a day off the New Year.
There's a lot to take the day regardless. Terrible absenteeism. Now, Edward, I want all this cleared and the room put to rights by tea time, understand? I've the drama group coming round this evening to read a play.
Oh, what are we doing next?
A thriller, The Ghost Train.
Oh, that sounds good. Right, we're ready. Your point is set. Right. Brakes off.
Bricks up, Dad.
Edward, check the points.
Okay.
We've got trouble here. There we are.
January the 1st, 1948. From today, our railway system has become another nationalised industry. The government's case for public ownership is as strong as that for electricity and gas supplies. Our railways need large sums spending on modernisation. Nationalising the iron and steel industry is more controversial. Sufficient steel at the right price has to be produced. But this industry is not so inefficient or short of capital. Public ownership of the coal mines, railways and steel is a vital step in the Labour Party's plan for more control of the economy. Herbert Morrison's attempt to satisfy both the steel unions and the bosses has been hotly debated. But can the government afford to compensate the owners? Sir Stafford Cripps expects to announce a big revenue surplus in his March budget. Britain is paying off debts and planning for the future. Some good news is that ration books are being printed so that the basic petrol ration can be restored to motorists as soon as the dollar position improves.
Hidden treasure. I've had it a while.
You're not planning to run your motor on fertiliser.
I'm sick of relying on buses, not being able to use my bike. Don't worry, it's petrol.
Well, I hope you don't regret it.
Good night, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Here, don't forget your scarf.
Thank you.
Night, Sam. Night, Sylvia.
It's gone 10. I dare say he'll get thrown out in a minute.
Time I went anyway. Ooh, late night yesterday.
It's worth it, though. Last year was pretty awful. I was glad to see the back of it, weren't you? Haven't forgotten how to enjoy ourselves, though, have we?
Avril, I shan't be able to afford to take you out again like that for a while.
No. We can go for walks when spring comes, that's cheap.
No going to the pictures, though. No dancing. With Auntie being ill so long, it's the hospital fees and all the medicine she needs. I'm broke.
I know, and it doesn't matter.
If you want to go out with some other fellow, better off.
Oh, don't be daft. I shan't have many free evenings anyway, what with being in the play and everything.
You are nice.
Hey, that's enough of that. Time you weren't here, Lawrence. Go home and read this. I want to volunteer for stage manager, and you're volunteering.
Am I?
Yes, off you go. It won't cost a lot to make the scenery. Just a small branch railway station waiting room.
It's supposed to happen in Cornwall.
What would they have on the walls?
Oh, timetables, seaside posters.
Oh, could you get some posters?
Well, only of Whitby or Scarborough.
We can pretend they're Cornwall.
They would look a bit like Cornwall.
How would I know? I've never been.
You will, one day. When we get a car. Or maybe now that we're nationalised, I'll be allowed cheap railway travel as far as Cornwall. How about that?
Lovely.
It's sad not being known as the Great Western anymore, though.
What will the Great Western be called now?
British Railways Western Region.
Oh, they should have left the Great, for old time's sake.
Maybe. I saw the LNER having a last fling at showing off. Their new sleeping car went through yesterday on its way to exhibition in London.
Our new sleeping car belongs to all of us. What's it like?
Oh, it's only third class, but with single and double berths and wash basins in every compartment and full bedding. Now, third-class passengers before only had blankets and a pillow and somewhere to lie down. They finished it in 10 weeks at Doncaster to get it ready in time.
Ooh, showing off. That'll put the Transport Commission on its toes. That sort of effort from a private company. Arthur, as we own the railways now, could the drama group borrow the furniture from South Bradley Junction?
What sort of furniture?
Shabby. Table, few wooden benches, uncomfortable chairs.
There's plenty in the waiting room. Nothing's been renewed for years.
I love this place, it's so exciting.
Well, it's all right for you. Have you read what I've got to stage manage?
Only train noises, isn't it?
Only. I'll never get all this stuff. A thunder sheet, a galvanised iron tank, 2 air cylinders, 1 garden roller.
Oh, we've got that.
1 bass drum, 2 side drums.
Salvation Army?
That's worth a try. Oh, thanks. 3 whistles and 1 milk cherry.
4 back sound.
Oh, and 1 tubular bell E flat.
Edward could ask his music teacher when the term begins.
Why isn't he going back to choir school?
You heard him sing at Christmas. Croak, croak. He sounds like a frog. His voice is breaking. He's got a shocking cold. I've probably put paid to his high notes forever, I'll bet.
Edward, off to bed and get rid of that cold. And you're not going train spotting again tomorrow.
In a minute. Dad, what'll they do about engine numbers?
What? Who?
British Railways. Some locos might be renumbered.
Oh, they'll probably stick an extra figure on the front. Nothing too complicated.
Makes it difficult, though, if a lot of trains go past all at once.
Yes.
Won't be able to tell if I've spotted them before or not.
What have you collected today?
8431. It's an 8F class 280.
Oh, a lot of those have gone abroad, you know. Heavy traction work.
Oh, and a 3F Ginty 7279.
Mostly shunting duties, then.
And a class 5 5212.
No namers?
Well, Alfie saw the Duchess of Hamilton take an express through, but I was blowing my nose. I missed it. Told him I saw it, though.
Hey, with so few hankies between us. I'm washing every day just now. Oh, Edward, put that disgusting thing into soak and have a clean one. Here. And go to bed.
I'm going. Good night.
I don't want a kiss. You're full of germs.
Don't worry, you're not getting one.
Good night, son.
Shall I hear your words some more, Arthur?
Aye, please. I'm up to Bia Swing Bridge and used to be worked by Lever out here on this very platform.
Right, go on.
In them days, quite big boats used to come up the river after the Chynard's clay. They don't come now.
Well?
20 years ago, this very night, a party of people went to a bean feast up to Truro, and they chartered a train to take 'em back home to where, Mabel?
St. Bland.
To St. Bland, down the line. I say, I bet British Railways will close a lot of wayside halts in the countryside.
Well, it can't be efficient, stopping a train in the middle of nowhere just because the squire and the parson want to get up.
Branch lines serving little private industries, they might be closed too.
Well, if they're losing money. Otherwise, British Railways would have to put the fares up.
Well, not necessarily. The government could give them a subsidy to run at a loss.
Out of your income tax? Oh, yes, very nice. Us going short on treats to keep open a railway line that nobody's using.
But it's a public service. Now, where was I?
St. Bland down the line.
Down the line. That were the only night train that ever run on these lines. And what's the matter?
That's no good. You're forgetting to make it sound spooky.
That were the only night train that ever run on these lines.
Oh, very good, Arthur.
One from Tricia. Yippee! Mum! Dad!
What's all this?
She's coming back in a fortnight for a long visit.
Why? Is something wrong? What about Anton?
He's okay. Opening up a new flour mill. It's not built yet. It's to live out on the prairie, install machinery and supervise workers.
Well, how's Tricia?
Well, she's not fit to be left by herself.
Why not?
Did I hear you say Tricia's coming back?
Yes. And you see these two old folk? They're going to be Granny and Grandad.
Oh, let me see!
Patience, now be your age.
Oh, Arthur.
I'd better explain that milk churn. Unless he wants to know where I got the petrol from.
Oh, Tricia's flying, Mum.
You've told everyone that a dozen times, Edward.
Oh, when you do your train noises, may I work the milk can?
Oh, if you like. Oh, will you ask Alfie and the rest of your gang to help out?
All right.
Have you ordered the air cylinders?
They'll be coming via British Road Services.
What? Why not by rail? I quoted you a charge.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Hodgkins. Your wife says it's a lot cheaper by road.
Marvellous.
Well, I'd love to fly. Tricia's jolly lucky.
But in her condition,
The baby's not due until the end of June.
they still use very old aeroplanes, you know. Even VOAC.
Only reliable ones. That's why Civil Airlines got nationalised, isn't it? To keep up to date. She'll be perfectly safe. Where should we put her bed?
Over here when I've got things organised, where the Morrison used to be.
She'll notice some changes, won't she?
Aye, for the worse, I dare say. Oh, I do hope she won't regret coming back. She and Anton, they have a fine life over there. Enough to eat, a lovely home. She may be a bit grand for us now, Avril.
Hello.
Hi, Jimmy.
How are you, fella thing?
Oh, I've been up so long, I feel like it ought to be tomorrow. How are you? You never write more than 5 lines.
Oh, nothing to tell. Nothing changes much.
Oh, thank heaven.
Mum's made a big trifle for tea.
Right, she's hoping you'll help her with the play.
Well, I will if I don't fall off the pillion.
Tricia, your mother will have a fit.
Oh, Dad, it's the best part of the journey.
Are you sure you'll be comfy in here, love?
Fine, honestly.
Won't seem very smart after your house.
I'd have missed Anton too much if I'd stayed home alone.
I've only clothes up in our wardrobe. You haven't brought many.
No, I brought some material instead. We can make me some smocks.
And knit booties.
Is Dad all right?
Oh, you noticed. He's had a lot of extra paperwork.
Well, the play'll take his mind off it. Avril says she's got to jump on a table, smash a window, scream and fall back in a dead faint.
She'll manage.
Who's going to catch her?
Well, don't let on, but that's something I haven't got round to arranging yet.
Oh, gosh. Do you know, it's lovely to be home.
Oh, love. Good night.
Night-night.
Say your lines, Arthur.
What? Oh. All change, all change.
Lawrence, can we have a bit more wheel noise when the train pulls out?
Oh, right. On with the garden roller, Tricia. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on.
Stop the train!
Have you no sense?
For goodness sake, love, leave go of that.
Gee, I forgot. Well, I haven't had so much fun in years.
Lawrence, give her a whistle to blow or something.
Here, Alfie, change places.
Right, once more from all change. And you be careful with our grandchild.